Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Break Bread. My name is Tafazo Mishandu, and I'm your host. I'm a Lululemon local ambassador here from the city of Vancouver, and I'm excited to have you on this episode for today. We want to kick this off by telling us your name, location, where we're at, where in Vancouver exactly, and what is this place?
Perfect. First of all, thank you very much for having me. Super excited to be a part of this message, this program. It's fantastic to have these kind of things happening in the community. My name's Benedict Lim. I'm executive chef and owner of The Lunch Lady. Ta-da! Here on Commercial Drive, one of the coolest streets in the world. And yeah, we've been here for 4 beautiful years. Memories, food, beverage, and we hope to be here for a very long time.
I love that. I love that. Commercial Drive is one of the best streets. I come here a lot, different cuisines. But let's talk about the story. So, from the origin story or from the beginning of Lunch Lady, how did it happen? How are we here today? An inspiration.
So the Lunch Lady has a very unique history. So let's backtrack. So many years ago, in Saigon, so southern Vietnam, there's a woman there that was creating beautiful food. Her name is Bourdain. And through the power of media via a gentleman we know named Anthony Bourdain, I'm sure a lot of people know about him, he essentially did a No Reservations episode about Bourdain and her street side stall. From there, she became an icon. Tourists all over the world would flood to Saigon just specifically to see her. She has a rotating noodle soup every day. But I think the biggest, thing about her was the community and how she kind of connected everyone together. Like it was her, it was the banh mi lady, it was the sugarcane woman, it was the spring roll guy, and everybody had this kind of symbiosis, within that little street corner. I think that's what made her special. And then from there, my very good friend and business partner, Michael Tran, he essentially partnered with her and brought the brand over to Vancouver 4 years ago. So during the day, we've got, Bourdain's daily rotating noodle soup, complemented by like the usual suspects of Vietnamese cuisine, the rice plates, the other noodle bowls, appies and things. And then nighttime is where we kind of spun it. We got a little bit West Coast. They took the handcuffs off me and I got to be more creative. And, through that vision, we were able to create some very unique and actually very inspiring dishes to add to, the Vietnamese repertoire.
Okay. Well, I know you said they took the handcuffs off you. What's your goal every time somebody takes a bite of your food? What emotion are you trying to elicit in that moment?
With the Lunch Lady specifically, we wanted to make sure that we paid homage to like the soulfulness of Vietnamese food. I always say with food, we want to pull on people's heartstrings. We want to convey memories. We want to be like, this food is delicious and it reminds me of this, or I feel good because it reminds me of this, so on and so forth. And, at the same time, we're trying to elevate, Vietnamese food. A lot of the food that we make is, it has very soulful origins, meaning that it's generally perceived as being a cheaper food. We're trying to give it, its time to be on stage, to be elevated, to really show people that all cuisine can be executed at a very high level, and I think over the last 4 years, we've done a very good job of that. I think it's a brand goal that we're continuing to push, but, with the help of our team and the community, we've been able to achieve a lot of great things.
With the show being called Break Bread, I wanted to ask you, what does break bread mean to you specifically? It could be a memory, it could be, a food moment that you had, like, wow, this is something that, I remember, and, is this something that you guys would say you do on the regular here at Lunch Lady?
Got it. Well, it's a tough question. Great question, though. Breaking bread, those words immediately trigger the other word, sharing. I think food is one of those things that is best enjoyed with another person. To sit down, share a meal, talk about your day, whether it be good, whether it be bad. I feel like food is what brings people together, sitting around a table. And I think that's what breaking bread is all about, you know, finding, it brings people who are naturally like very different. We come from different walks of life, different backgrounds, but when we all sit at the same table, we're the same. It's communal. We're all there for that one purpose of like happiness and eating and sharing. At least for me, growing up, the dinner table was like, the best part of the day. It's what you looked forward to. When you had a hard day or you had a celebratory occasion, it was always at the dinner table, sharing, breaking bread, whether it would be friends, family. A lot of great memories breaking bread with friends.
And that's amazing. Like, thank you for sharing that, because if we go back to actually the first time we met,
Yes.
right, we had an element of breaking bread.
Absolutely. I think we did it with whiskey, but we definitely broke a lot of whiskeys that day.
Yes, we did.
No, that was a great time. You were sitting at the bar. I was very nearby looking for a shot of whiskey to end off my day. And I figured, feel like this gentleman would enjoy a shot of whiskey as well. And I think that's how we broke bread. And I think that was over a year ago.
Over a year ago, and I even remember the conversations that we had really aligned in the sense of, understanding more of the business and, how everything was ran. And even I've been here multiple times, and every time I've been here, I've brought friends, family, people visiting from New Jersey, where I grew up. But there's always a go-to spot for me, only because of the staff, the way the food makes me feel, and just like the overall general vibes is just positive for me every time I come here.
I appreciate that. I think that's our mission, like when you step into this space or, pretty much my home, we want to make you feel good. We want to make you feel welcome. We want to know, you want to walk in here. Remember, I'm pretty sure I always say to guests, I'm like, make yourself feel at home. Your house is my house. You guys make the rules. I really believe that is the true way to be hospitable, right? Guests have to be like our family.
That is true.
And I think that's how you build true loyalty. And then guests, with this, like, again, with the support of the community, that's the only reason we've been able to thrive and flourish.
Yeah, thank you. And I will say this, I'm not, which one? Yeah, I wasn't paid to say that, by the way. That was a pure review. I was not paid to say that about Lunch Lady. But to continue, even like, I guess, like, based on, you guys have built something super special here, special in my heart, but also to the city of Vancouver and commercial. Let's talk about more of like community and, the people, your regulars that you see here, and, your regular customers you'd see on the day to day.
I mean, to touch base on that, again, we wouldn't have been successful. Oh, wait, sorry again. Yeah, I don't think we would have been successful without the support of the community. And I like to know everybody on a first name basis. And I encourage every team member as well to treat this space like your own. It's more important to me that each individual person here has their own regulars. And I think I've tried to empower people here to be like, treat this like your own, make this your space, meet people on a first name basis, ask the right questions, ask why they're celebrating, what they're celebrating, why are they here? Are you having a good day? Are you having a bad day? I think it's very important to be in tune with your customer base and your guests. And I think that's kind of been the success of this place and having so many loyal customers, is because so many guests come here for various reasons. And I wish they were coming here just for me, but that's definitely not the case. Like, there's so many requests. It's like, oh, is so-and-so working? We'd like to be there. Or so-and-so working? Can we sit at the bar? And I think that's a great thing. It's allowed us to really be so connected, right? It's not just my hands reaching out. It's everyone's. So we're connected to so many different people, so many different walks of life. And I think that's why, when you walk into this space, for lunch and for dinner, there's just this nice buzz of people. Like, you're like, oh, it feels like I'm walking into a family reunion. Like, everybody seems to know each other and be very comfortable eating here, Everybody's okay slurping their noodles or using their hands. And you know what I mean? You know when you're at home and you kind of just like pick at things that you normally wouldn't do at a restaurant?
Yeah.
But here, people seem to be okay with that kind of stuff. You know, they're very comfortable here. Hence why when I met you, it was easy to offer you a shot of whiskey. I'm just like, this guy's in my house. He's sitting in my chair. I should offer him a drink. You know?
Well, I appreciate that. You know, I am Zimbabwean, and you know, a core value for us is always sharing, right? And you know, breaking bread is in the core of, you know, my childhood. You know, whether, you know, I had friends coming over, my mom said, hey, invite friends over, come have a meal, you know, share the Zimbabwean cuisine, you know. And you know, I also do that now, where like when I'm meeting people, trying my best to keep sharing that and keep breaking bread as much as we can.
That's incredible.
And I wanted to go a little bit further, a more serious question here. On the business side, is there one thing or one lesson that you learned, or you know, some advice you'd give yourself when you guys first started? Now that you've been doing this for a while.
So it's funny, you know, when you are in a situation that's very stressful, it's very hard to see light at the end of the tunnel. I think the biggest thing that allowed us to get to the point where we are now, and by no means are we at the very end. You know, we are still working on a daily basis to grow, to improve, to be better versions of ourselves. And I think it's the no quit mentality, you know, take it one day at a time, no matter how difficult it is. Just do it one more day, one more day, one more day. And I think it's a lot of grit, a lot of determination. And I know it sounds kind of cliche, but it is what works. You know, I think showing up was half the battle, you know, going, wow, it's going to be a tough day, but I'm here, you know, let's take it head on. And with that, coupled with a whole bunch of luck, a lot of luck, you know, we needed Lady Luck on our side. We needed to like throw a prayer up to the gods, you know, make sure that we were making the right decisions. That was it. So between those two, I would say grit, luck, and number 3, a hell of a good team. We have a great team here. Talented people, smart people, charismatic people, much more talented and you know, just better people than me. And I think that was one of the best things we did. We hired great people. And I think those are some keys to success for sure.
Amazing. And then to segue off the serious question here would be, you know, I know that you're always on the go and working and, you know, always thinking for the next best thing, especially when it comes to Lunch Lady. Yeah. You know, what's one thing that you do outside of Lunch Lady when you're not working to reset, to make sure that you keep showing up and being that person and keep going?
I see. Yeah, stress management is important, absolutely, in this business. I mean, I love to eat. I love to drink. I love to break bread, so to speak. You know, I love to sit down and shoot the shit and share stories. You know, there's a lot of kitchen war stories that I've accumulated over the years, and they never get old, at least not to me. So I like to talk about them all the time. They are key moments in my career that I've found very impactful in terms of my development and my growth. So that's something that I do all the time. I think eating and having drinks around people you love and care about is probably one of the best resets as a whole. And number 2, I do a lot of boxing. You know, shout out Coach Joey Foy, right? He's my guy. Keeps me in shape mentally and physically. Well, physically we're still working on that, but you know, we're still trying. You know, I always tell them I've been on a diet since 2016. You know, we're still trying. But yeah, I think that kind of mental, physical challenge in the boxing gym has helped me expel out any of the demons, so to speak. You know, it's allowed me to maintain some clarity, help me with my patience, things like that. Stuff that we all know that is generally effective. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the menu. What's one thing that you highly recommend people to try? I've tried everything on the menu, so I'm biased, but let's hear your take.
Got you. Okay, so I have 2 answers to this, just because lunch and dinner are so different. For lunch, I would say my favorite thing is our chicken and rice plate. I think we do like an amazing like lemongrass marinated chicken thigh, 24 hours marinated, freshly grilled, fried egg. You know the fried egg where like the edges are crispy?
I agree. No,
That's what we want, you know? I think that's phenomenal for lunch. And for dinner, I would say it's our steak louflac. You know, ribeye of beef. We've got that louflac sauce, which is an original recipe of this restaurant. Right now it's being served with some like crispy cassava. It's kind of our ode to steak and fries, steak frites. Those are probably the two things that I believe sets us apart from, makes us, you know, more unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining the show, Break Bread. I do want us to do a quick shout out to my community, Lululemon, outfit that I have on today. But also I'm curious, what pants do you have on right now?
This is the chef standard. These are the ABCs right here. Right? This is every chef needs to wear this in the kitchen. Honestly, like I wear this almost too much. I've got like 4 or 5 pairs of these.
Okay.
They're comfortable, they're light. You know, they make my legs look good, you know. You know, and they're purposeful and they're aesthetic. I've been wearing ABCs for ever since I discovered them. Once I discovered them, like those were the pants to wear. I don't think there's any other substitution at this point. Yeah, I love it. Being comfortable and being functional in the kitchen is so important. This is pretty much the uniform right here, right? And it starts with these pants.
And then finishes off with the hats.
Finishes off with the hat, a little bit of lunch lady swag here. So,
Speaking on the swag, what else do you have?
so we've got the trucker hats. We've got T-shirts, 2 different types of T-shirts. We've got crew necks, hoodies, tote bags, and hopefully more stuff. You know, if there's something the community wants, like let us know and we'll see what we can do. These are all made by a good friend of mine who runs a company called Merch Beast. Great guy, grew up with him. Now he's doing merch, so we naturally connected. And guy just, he has a good eye, you know? He knows what things are supposed to look like. So he's done a very good job for us. I think it's helped us connect with the community more because of clothing, you know? It becomes a lifestyle thing more than a restaurant, right? So, I mean, I love this hat.
I love everything.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah,
Love it.
this is the hat now, yeah.
What about right now? Can we break bread?
Yeah,
Do you have any recommendations or go get us?
I got something planned for us. Hang tight. We got that.
Yes, do you want
The-
it into you guys? Let's do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Holy shit, it's fucking.
Yeah, you guys are gonna eat it. It's gonna be like popping up.
yeah.
No, it looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to bite each hand like this. Oh man, I didn't know it was this big. Anyways,
Talk to us. What do we have here?
so we've got a classic banh mi sandwich. Obviously, this is an ode to Vietnam here. We're at the lunch lady, so we got to have a Vietnamese banh mi. We've got our house-cured pork belly running through there, a little bit of Vietnamese ham, all the usual suspects, cilantro, pickled veg, little pate, Vietnamese butter. I think this is the perfect bite, in my opinion. I love the banh mi sandwich.
Yeah.
Right? I think this is the perfect time to break bread and share. So, I mean, should we take a bite out of each end?
Let's do it.
Right? Should we just hold it like this and just be like,
All right.
you ready? Okay. Here we are.
That's so good.
Oh, all the pate in there.
Is that this pickled carrots in there?
Mm-hmm. Really good.
Amazing.
Is there anything on my face?
No,
Okay.
I'm all about sharing this experience with people. You know, the people, viewers watching. There's an opportunity for you to come enjoy coming to a lunch lady. There'll be a giveaway where we're doing a $50 giveaway. Just gotta tag your friends, follow the page. What's the Instagram for this page?
The lunch lady.
The Lunch Lady on Instagram. You have to follow Break Bread the show on Instagram, and then giveaway and all the instructions will be there on the upcoming posts. Right? But I just want to thank you, thank Ben, thank the Lunch Lady crew, and I'll catch you guys on the next Break Bread. Cheers.
Peace.